Petitions. Petitions are an excellent thing. They are very, very handy at getting the government to tell you no a second time. I've always said that about petitions. I've never seen them actually achieve anything apart from basically get a bunch of MPs to stand up in Parliament and go, well, these are the questions that we've been asked, but allow me to give a great big waffling filibuster of an answer that doesn't actually answer the question in any way. Anyway, no, we're not going to do anything about this, right? As far as I see it, like, I realise it sounds very black-pilled. Petitions are pointless. They are just a way to get the government to tell you, go F yourself a second time. That's all petitions are good for. But this one seems to maybe have some kind of positive effect. Repeal Section 127 of the Communications Act 2003 and expunge all convictions. And this is the act that I was charged under for telling a joke where the government violated my human rights. Repeal Section 127 of the Communications Act 2003 and expunge all convictions of those whom have been prosecuted under this section of the law, as well as acknowledge that the UK internet also shares our respect for people's freedoms of speech and expression. In an ideal world. And the government did actually respond to this because it got 17,000 signatures. It'd be nice if we could hit 100,000, so I am going to put the link to this down below. Government responded, we are committed to making the UK the safest place to be online while upholding the rights to freedom of expression. There's your first problem. The Law Commission is currently reviewing harmful and abusive communications online. The government recognises the importance of free speech, particularly in the context of online communications. No, you don't. No, you don't in any way whatsoever. No, you do not. You're currently passing the Online Harms Bill, which criminalises even more speech on the internet, right? No, you do not. Do not lie. What a bold-faced lie. Like, 2 seconds of Googling can see that this is a complete lie. The government does not recognise the importance of freedom of speech. It hates freedom of speech. It's doing everything it can to get rid of it. What? I mean, hats off for being so brazen to lie like this, right? God loves a trier, right? A hats off for having the bravery to tell such a bold-faced lie. Current UK legislation protects the rights to freedom of expression under Article 10 of the European Convention of Human Rights. Current legislation, like this act, the new Scottish hate crime bill, the Online Harms Bill, literally violate Article 10 of the European Convention of Human Rights. This is absolute gaslighting. They violate it all the time. They violate it constantly. This does not fall in line with that. For example, like, Article 10 of the European Convention of Human Rights, Section 1 is this beautiful, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, shall not be infringed, beautiful section. And then Section 2 is a great big but, where it says, but the government can actually take it away for all these myriad grey area reasons that we are not going to clearly define because government loves a fucking grey area. But nowhere in it does it say offence. Nowhere in it does it say offence. However, these laws arrest people for causing offence. So offending people in Britain is a crime. If that's the case, I was offended by my arrest and the entire Scottish justice system should be arrested then. I mean, if being offended is a crime, I'm just saying. This right is qualified and may be restricted in some circumstances, which means it's not a right then. If the government can take it away from you, then it's not a right. Oh my god. Oh, what intern wrote this? What intern in his first week wrote this? Including where there may be serious intent to cause harm or incite hatred against others. It's illegal to incite hatred. Are we going to arrest every single journalist in the country then? If it's illegal to incite hatred, then a lot of journalists are about to go to prison. A lot of left-wing YouTubers are about to go to prison. We are committed to ensuring the criminal law keeps pace with the changes in technology. No, these laws are essentially from like the 1800s, while also taking into account harmful communications online. Against this background, the government has asked the Law Commission to review existing laws related to harmful and abusive communications online. This review is considering sections 127 of the 1272 of the Communications Act 2003 and Section 1 of the Malicious Communications Act 1988, determining whether these laws need amending and updating with new offences to account for a range of harms online, including pylon abuse, cyber flashing, and self-harm. Now, that's the thing is, you didn't at any point whatsoever say that these laws that literally violate human rights and under Article 10 of the European Convention of Human Rights that you yourself cited, you haven't said you're going to repeal them or change them. You just said that you're going to update them with new offences. So basically, everyone's saying, take away this law. Take away this law because it violates human rights. And you're like, yes, I completely agree. That's why we're going to look at the law to make it stronger. It's... Jesus Christ, absolute gaslighting here. The absolute doublespeak. My God, man. Existing communication offences are important for protecting people from criminal activity. Criminal activity, like offending people. Like making someone upset for 2 minutes with a tweet. That's criminal here. That's criminal in this country, including online. However, we recognise, actually, funnily enough, you arresting people and violating their human rights over stuff like this, that literally is criminal under Article 10 of the European Convention of Human Rights. You're breaking international law, government. Not that you care, because you've been getting away with it for so long. However, we recognise that some elements pose problems, including vagueness in terms such as grossly offensive, obscene and indecent, which the Law Commission highlights in their consultation paper. Yes, is because those are grey areas that you put in there on purpose so that you can prosecute at will. It makes it so much easier to get a conviction. For example, the word cunt. A lot of people consider that word to be grossly offensive. You could be charged for using that word in Britain, and good luck convincing a 65-year-old judge that the word cunt is not grossly offensive. The Law Commission's proposals are therefore an important step towards addressing such limitations, and what usually happens with the Law Commission is the Law Commission submits a report to the government and says, yeah, this might be a problem. The government will say, thank you very much for your report, and then do absolutely nothing about it. The Law Commission exists to make the government look like it's doing something, but then it never actually does anything. The Law Commission is now consulted on provisional proposals for reform. They will publish final recommendations by the summer, recommendations which we, the government, shall completely ignore, which the government will carefully consider. No, you won't. No, you won't. You've never done that. This whole thing's a lie. This whole thing is a massive lie. Subject to final proposals, the government may be minded to take these forward into legislation, which they won't, where necessary and appropriate to do so. When considering potential reforms, we will guarantee strong protections for citizens from harm while upholding the right to freedom of expression. No, you cannot do both. You cannot do both. It is one or the other. Right? If anyone is annoyed by any crap that they're getting online, use the block button. Use the block button. You have word filters. You have everything. Every website gives you all of the tools that you require to construct your online presence as you see fit. Right? Every website offers that, but people just simply don't do it. Imagine being so weak and so inept that you won't take the 5 minutes to go into your Twitter settings and add a few things to filtered words or block, or even use a block list. Use a block list. That's another thing that you can do as well. Imagine not taking the 5 minutes to do that and instead going, no, because I'm too lazy to put 5 minutes of effort in. I want the government to pass a whole arse fucking law that infringes people's human rights because I won't take 5 minutes out of my day. Oh, Jesus. Honestly. This entire response is absolute garbage. And it's, yeah, like I said, petitions. Petitions are absolutely useless. It's good to, sorry, it's not just good to get your government to say no to you a second time. It's good to get the government to just lie. To just lie and contradict itself constantly. And fake that it might possibly, might think about doing something. No, it won't. No, it won't. The government loves these laws. It loves these laws, and it will do everything it can to keep them. These laws, they will not be repealed. They will not be repealed. With the current government we have, they will not repeal these laws. They want these laws because these laws are part of their plan. Part of their plan to finally make it illegal to criticise the government. So we need to repeal the government. Seriously, vote them all out. Vote them all out. Labour, Tories, every mainstream party, SNP, all of them, get them out. We need everyone talks about a great reset. Yeah, we do need a great reset. I just have a different one in mind.